On today's Weird Food History, we're talking about deaths by food. Starting off with King Henry I, he actually died from an overindulgence in lamprey, or eel. His doctors had actually suggested that he don't eat his favorite meals, and that's one of the things that it consisted of. But he said, tisk tisk, you don't know what you're talking about, and ate a large amount of lamprey during dinner, became very sick from that, and died several days afterwards from eating said food. You then move on forward in history, and you have President Abraham Lincoln's mother. She had actually drank milk from the family cow and ended up dying from that, because it was found that the cow had actually gotten into some poisonous mushrooms, and the poison went from the cow into the milk, and then when you drank it, those effects and poison were in the milk. President Zachary Taylor died shortly after the 4th of July. It was a very hot day, and he had gone out for a walk, and he had come back, and because it was hot, he drank a large amount of iced water. He drank milk and ate a large portion of cherries. While he was eating the cherries, he ended up doubling over in pain and ended up dying about 5 days after an aggravated stomach ache after that time. They thought that maybe he had the official documentation says a infection in the small intestines. People think that he might have had food poisoning from it, or a type of tear in the small intestines that was aggravated by the acid from the cherries. In London, way back in the medieval ages, a form of torture was making people who were due to be executed drink a large amount of water. And I mean, like, their skin would become so saturated in water and they'd become so bloated, and then they were beheaded to make things even worse. Attilla the Hun, who was known for chronic nosebleeds, on his wedding night overindulged in alcohol. Alcohol made his blood thin. Thus, when he had a bloody nose from his wedding night, he ended up drowning in his own blood due to the overconsumption of alcohol. So those are some weird deaths by food. Hope you found those interesting.